Hey fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. The Pure Aero VS used by Holger Rune and Carlos Alcaraz is becoming a modern classic, maybe, I don't really know, but I think it's worth talking about this frame because these two up and coming super strong players, obviously Alcaraz now in the top 10, he doesn't seem to put a foot wrong on a tennis court, but even Holger Rune beat Alexander Zverev in Munich just yesterday when I'm talking to you, and you're seeing that these players with big forehands, big swings, both guys good with drop shots, pretty all-court game, but the power needs to be there. And the interesting transition they made was that they went from not this size Pure Aero, but Alcaraz, he used a Pure Aero from 2016 before, if I'm not mistaken, and Rune used an older Pure Drive. So I'm not 100% sure on the generations, but they went from a 100 square inch racket, which gave them a lot of power, a lot of forgiveness because of the bigger head size, to a 98. And the reason they did that is because they want more control. Partly due to the head size, it's also partly due to that the beam thickness is thinner, so it's not quite as stiff as their 100 square inch Babolats were before, and it also has a tighter string pattern. So the string pattern has one extra cross string, so it's a 1620 string instead of a 1619. So the more open pattern will give you easier lift and easier spin, but it will also limit your level of control. And these guys, they don't need any help with power really. They have all the power they need from their swing. The question is, are these rackets they use now customized? I'm trying to find out more about Rune's racket. I think they are playing them close to stock. What we are seeing as a trend is that pro player rackets are getting lighter overall. Back in the good old days, you'll find rackets that were quite heavy, small head. You needed a weight to have more stability and power due to the head being so small. With these more modern frames with more aerodynamic beams, you can get a lot more from the frame without having all that weight. A guy messaged me on Instagram, said that Alcaraz is using a racket that's close to stock. So a person from like a Babolat official account, I think on the Tennis Warehouse forums, I'm not exactly sure where this came from, had told him that the specs were the following. So at 305 grams unstrung weight, that is the stock weight, which makes me doubt it a little bit. That could be the official party line, then maybe add some weight. On the other hand, Babolat has been pretty open with their specifications of their players. So I must give them some credit there, because I think you got like Dominic Thiem, they're pretty widely published. They were quite open with them, and I like that. And I think it's important that to be a bit more transparent, that the pros actually customize their frames to what they like. In Babolat and Yoneck's case, they don't have so many special molds and special layups as, for example, Head has. So for them, it's maybe easier to say, hey, he's using this racket with some weight. And also in Dominic Thiem's case, he's actually using the latest Pure Strike. Alcaraz and Rune got more control from their Pure Aero VS, and it has a good feel. It's a little bit stiff for some players, but it's a nice racket. I think it's one of the best Babolat have created in a long time. And I think they deserve credit for that. Could work for you if you have a whippy forehand, you like a lot of topspin, but you still need that control. You're not going to get the same kind of power level and forgiveness as you do with the normal Pure Aero, but it's going to be a good racket for you advanced players who want a bit more control. Still powerful, still nice spin from your shots, but the 1620 pattern, the smaller head size helps to keep the ball in play, and they can also maneuver the racket a bit faster thanks to the smaller head size. It's a little bit whippier, a little bit thinner beam, and that helps players with that massive forehand style like both Rune and Alcaraz. I hope you liked this video. If you want to support the work I do, please join patreon.com/tennisnerd. Buy something from my affiliates. The links are in the description, such as Play Your Court, where you can find a hitting partner or coach. 50% off using my links. Deals like that, other deals and so on, check out the Tennis Nerd deals page. I'm going to keep populating with stuff where you can get discounts, and it's all for you tennis nerds to try products that I personally believe in. I don't recommend anything that I don't like 100%. That's the whole point of Tennis Nerd. That's all for now. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some tennis.